So, what exactly is going on with Season 3 of Doctor Who? Because a few days ago, Ncuti Gatwa was reported as saying on the Graham Norton show that they were going to be filming next year for a new season. He talked about having just finished filming Season 2 and the Christmas special, and that they would be doing more filming they expected to film next season. Can't remember the exact words the tweet said, but that was the general gist of it. Then, I just watched Graham Norton. That line is not in there at all, so what is going on? I have a theory, we'll get to that, but I also want to talk about what Russell T Davies said about Season 3 in the latest Doctor Who magazine as well. Hi, welcome to Culture Filter, I am Phil, and this is where I talk about all the geeky pop culture that I like, including a lot of Doctor Who. So if you like Doctor Who, please do hit that subscribe button down below, because I talk about it quite a lot, so I'm sure there'll be other videos you enjoy. But let's crack on straight to the Season 3 stuff, because let's first of all talk about Russell T Davies in Doctor Who magazine. Came out on Thursday, just gone at the time of recording this video, and he had a lot of interesting things to say in this, including updates on various episodes for Season 2 and the state they're in, and the state whether or not they're in pre-production, post-production. I mean, they're all in post-production, but what stages of post-production they're in. And then he teased a secret project and just says, "Oh, you'll see." I think we'll save that speculation for another video. That'll be coming soon. But then also talked about future scripts. And in that instance, he talks about the fact that there are 3 future scripts, which presumably, given that Season 2 is already filmed, the War Between the Land and the Sea is already scripted and also in the middle of being filmed. The fact that there are 3 scripts sitting on his desk, all from 3 different writers, which is good news in itself, means that work is going ahead on Season 3. And not just in a kind of Russell T Davies planning it in his head, maybe writing some of his own scripts on his own time type thing. Writers are being commissioned and paid for Season 3 scripts, presumably. Although it doesn't state that explicitly, I suppose they could be for this secret project. But I would say that is highly likely that they are Season 3 scripts. And that means that pre-production work is in full swing for Season 3. They are writing the scripts. They are investing money. Someone is investing money into this. Presumably the BBC at this stage, because Disney have not decided whether or not they're going to go ahead. And it's kind of what I thought all along, is that yes, the future with Disney is uncertain at the moment until they make their decision at the end of Season 2. But I am almost certain that the BBC will continue with Doctor Who regardless and plan to do a Season 3 regardless. And the fact that they are paying writers to work on scripts kind of reinforces that. We're getting a Season 3. Whether or not it's with Disney is the thing that's up in the air. He does go on to say that the decision to commission Season 3 won't be made until after Season 2 has transmitted, and that's always been the deal since the start, but it's not kind of how he talked about it from the start. I think that may have necessarily been the deal that they had from the start, but I do wonder if Russell had high hopes that Disney might have been so pleased with Doctor Who from the offset that they might have done an early commission, even though the deal was to see what it was like after 2 years. So, we'll see what happens with the Disney deal. But I am pretty sure that Season 3 will go ahead. And if reports are to be believed, then Ncuti Gatwa is working under that impression too, and therefore we can assume that he will be along for the ride for Season 3. And that's because of the comments that were reported as him saying on the Graham Norton show that they'll be filming again in 2025. So the question then is, did he actually say that? Because that wasn't in the broadcasted show. That's certainly not in the version that's on iPlayer. I presume it's not in the broadcasted live on BBC One. Not live. Broadcasted on BBC One. Anyway, and I have a theory about what might have happened there. Is that, yes, Ncuti Gatwa is currently under the impression, probably from conversations with Russell, that they will be doing a Season 3 next year and recording that next year, and that is the current plan. They are waiting on the official commission, but their BBC are paying people to write scripts for it, so there's no reason to think it won't be going ahead. However, the Graham Norton show is not a live show. It's a pre-recorded show in front of a live audience, and this is where we get the situation where somebody can report something somebody said on the Graham Norton show and it not end up in the show, because the broadcast show, because if you were an audience member in the audience to that, you might have heard Ncuti Gatwa say those words, and in the edit, they might have taken those words out. And it's possible they took them out at the request of the Doctor Who production team, because it hasn't been officially commissioned. They don't want it necessarily getting out there that that's something that Ncuti thinks. But of course, there are live audience there, and they can't control what the live audience reveal about what was said during the recording. So there's always that chance that something like this will get out, and that's kind of out of their control. But they can at least request that that bit that he said gets taken out of the broadcast version, because it's edited as a pre-record. So that's kind of what I think happened. I don't doubt that Ncuti said that. I think he did say that. It just got edited out. And someone in the audience put it out on Twitter or put it out somewhere, and it got circulated, and that's how we all know that he said it. That's kind of the assumption that I'm going on at the moment. So what I think the current situation is that the BBC assume that season 3 will be going ahead with or without Disney. They will probably look for a new partner if Disney pulls out. And they are going ahead on that assumption and paying people to work on it, paying writers to write scripts for it. So I think, regardless of what happens with Disney, the future of Doctor Who is secure for at least another few years. The BBC aren't going to let this go, and I've talked about this in other videos. It's one of their most high-earning intellectual properties. They're not going to want it to not be on the air, because they want to get all the merchandise rights from it and all of that, and it is one of the most lucrative pieces of intellectual property they own. They're not just going to want to cancel it because Disney don't want to be involved in it. They may reduce the budget of it. They may go team up with another streamer, but they won't want to cancel it. So I think season 3 is secured. I think Ncuti, at the moment, Ncuti thinks he's in it, and I hope he is. And I think that's the plan currently. So that's the stage we're at with season 3. What do you think about all this stuff? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll be back to talk about any other breaking Doctor Who news. I'll review some stuff and all that, and got some lore videos coming up as well. So if you like any of that, please do hit subscribe down below. Sorry again that I've got a really bunged up nose. I've got a horrible cold at the moment. Please forgive my voice. But thanks. Wish me well in the comments if you want. I'm just engagement farming now, aren't I? Oh, hey, and if you want to check out something a little bit different, why not check out my review of the movie Joker Folie à Deux? I had to think how to say it then. But yes, on screen now.